Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yes, we always say at the Jamaica Young Police channel that, if our life is just a hustle, why we don't want it, you understand? And we have seen, a lot of trend that has been happening, especially with police officers and their children. Police officers immigrating to other countries, making their lives better, and some of them leave their children behind, our child, for various reasons. And most of the time when these men, especially men, they are the ones who tend to do it. Migrate and leave their children behind in Jamaica, never to look back to help them in any way. I know even a young man, I don't even think that he has ever met his father because he has some form of disability, and that should not, and his father, he lives in Georgia. And what he has done to this young man is, it's appalling. How you can treat your own blood in that way. And that's that child, that young man is about 40 or thereabout. Yes, because I remember, because back then I was a teenager when the mother got pregnant with this young man, and the father, he was a detective and he migrated to America, never to look back for this kid because he had a disability. Who knows what causes that young man to have that disability? And it's not his fault. And children, it's good when, parents play a major role in their child's life, our children. So, today we just want to re-emphasize it, that police officers, when you migrate, make sure you take your children with you, man. You understand? It's not smart and it's not wise for you to do that. So I want you to listen to what we are saying about a Jamaican artist by the name of Anthony Malvo. We have been listening to his story about his father who was a police officer, deadbeat police, the worthless one them. Yes. So you watch, you listen, you decide. Yes, this is to my fellow police officers, especially the ones who have migrated and live there. Their kids back home in Jamaica. As police, that you must be responsible. You understand? You have kids. Whenever you migrate, man, don't leave them. It doesn't matter what kind of woman you're married to or man. You understand what I'm saying? Your children come first. I was watching a video with an interview with an entertainer by the name of Anthony Malvo. So he says that his father was a police officer, and the last time he saw his father, that was back in the days, and his father came and looked for him when he was living with his grandmother, and the father told him that he was going to take him shopping. I know as a young man that must, he felt so happy to know that his father was coming to look for him, but his grandmother, knowing the history of the father, told him that don't put your hopes up high. And he said he was there until night. And guess what? for the entire time the young man was there. This worthless policeman did not return and took the boy shopping. What kind of man would do such thing? You know, as a father, you cannot do such thing, you know what I'm saying? And you know, the man, he migrated. Right now I'm on my third vacation. I'm at Staten Island. You understand? Just, you know, visit a place here. So, you know, I'm walking here close by the bridge. So, you know, his father migrated, married, and live on Long Island with his you know, new family. Have kids. You know, went back to school. Did well. Was a, you know, big shot in one of the banks here in New York, and the man abandoned his son. Can you believe it? Who does such thing? You know what I'm saying? You know, you have a kid, especially boys, or it doesn't matter, even girl. You don't abandon your children and like that, man. You know, I discourage any man from doing such thing or a woman. You have your child back in Jamaica and you're living here. You make sure you bring your child. You make sure that your child is with you. You understand? So, Anthony Malvo is a very, very good artist. You know, he does some very conscious music. Nothing derogatory. Nothing, you know, out of the norm. All of his music are very positive. You know, nice songs. You know, this guy has done. So he says that, imagine as a little boy, the last time he saw his father when he was like 7. But you remember vivid, you know, because that's one thing with kids, they have memory of an elephant. You know, some of them would make up things, but you know, as for this man, he was just talking from memory. So he says that he went and did a stage show in New York, and after exiting the stage, a guy came up to him, introduced it, you know, said to him, you know, both of us have the same last name. Who's your father? And the guy told him what, you know, told him who, you know, the name of his father, and he says to Anthony Malvo, but that's my father. And he says, yes. He says, we are brothers. He says, my father, you know, and I said, what if, he says, my father is from Jamaica and he's a cop. So apparently this man came here, get married, have another family, and guess what? Instead of bringing up his child, he left him down there. So you know that he was a selfish old dirty bastard, worthless police officer, you know, and I despise men who say like that. I don't know, I'm not gonna bash his wife, but I know most women, whenever a man married to them and have kids, they do not want the man kids around them. And the reason why I'm saying that, I'm talking from my experience growing up. That's why I said that it doesn't matter. Like for me, that could never happen to me. You understand what I'm saying? I would never abandon any of my children for any woman. You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather she go than my child. Because I know it felt, and you understand what I'm saying, to feel abandoned. And you know, your father abandoned you because of his wife, because he wants to make her happy. He doesn't care about you. So I know that felt. That's why I'm so passionate about it. And to touch on that topic, you know, when it comes on to children, you understand what I'm saying? So I have two former colleagues, you know, who used to work at St. Andrews South, detectives. They live upstate in New York, and you know, they migrated. You know, women are very, very vindictive, and whenever a man migrates and you have kids and you want to bring up your kids, some of them hold on to the children, them like it's pension or it's an income. You understand? And what happened was that you know, these guys, they wanted their kids to migrate, and these women, they held on to the kids as if these kids are pension, and did not want the you know, the kids to come. Anyway, you know, these, you know, they fought the woman, you know, the baby mother. One of the policemen, he had twins, you know, twins. You understand? And fought, you know, took her to, you know, to court, and he was able to get custody of his, you know, his children and brought them here. I'm saying to all police officers, young police officers, or even the old one who's migrating, don't leave your children, don't leave your child or your children down here, man. Don't let no woman or man let you do that, abandon your child. Oh God, man, you know, it's unconscionable to do such thing. You understand what I'm saying? You know, it feel when a child is around his parent, especially when the parent who, you know, doing very well. And when you're talking about opportunity, the opportunity that exists in these first world countries, it doesn't exist in Jamaica. So for you to leave your child back in Jamaica, you understand what I'm saying? And for Anthony Malvo, he did very well. You understand what I'm saying? Keep his head high because he was raised with morals. Most of these kids, if you leave them there with some of these women, they have no morals, you know, they have no qualms in doing things, because as we know and we can see what's going on in Jamaica, a lot of these, you know, children, you know, a lot of these young people that's here in Jamaica, they have no problem in committing, you know, certain kind of crimes, or they have no morals or anything like that, and things that is abhorrent to, you know, people like me, you know, to them that is nothing, you know, what's the big deal? You understand what I'm saying? Morals and ethics and, you know, truthfulness is a thing of the past, and, you know, and it's my way or the highway, and, you know, if you're not with me, you're against me, you know, and when they're wrong, they're right, and when they're right, they're double right. You know, that's the mentality and the philosophy that these parents are passing on to the children. And, you know, to the women, man, you know, whenever the father migrates, when you are keeping the child there because you think that it's beneficial to you, you're only destroying the child, and you're not helping the child, because everything that the child that would benefit from growing up, you understand, in a better system, that child is being robbed. And I'm telling you, you know, watching the video, man, with Anthony Malvo and the way that he speaks from the heart. But he's a good father now. And he goes with morals, and based on his experience, that's why he's very committed to his wife, and he's a very responsible father. And, you know, and you know, kudos and hats off to him. And I know that his father, you know, must be living in regret, you know. You understand what I'm saying? You understand? I know that my father, you know, we have make, you know, make amends, and everything is all right with my father, and you know, but most of the time, these women, what they try to do, they try to destroy the man's children because they don't want the child to succeed. You understand? But as for me, I was a fighter. You understand what I'm saying? And hey, look, I can tell you, you know, as I've said to all the young police, and I've said to them again, just leave. You understand what I'm saying? You know, having hopes and dreams and have a better life and a more prosperous life is not to stay there, because you stay there, you will never have money like St. Andrew Holness and Peter Phillips. You understand what I'm saying? It's not bad mind talk or anything like that. I don't grudge them. You understand what I'm saying? But I know that I can drive any vehicle and live in any neighborhood these guys live. You understand what I'm saying? And I was a police officer there, a detective. So young police, remember, man, whenever you're migrating, don't leave your child or your children there because of any woman or any man. Because these, if you are with somebody and they love you and they don't love your child, that is not love. You understand what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of women, Jamaican, I know a lot of women, I don't know about, I have never involved with women of different culture in any other country. But I know a lot of Jamaican women, they have psychological deficiency. You understand? Where they feel that they own the man and all kind of madness. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like if the man, child or children around him, you know, it's craziness, you know. All the best. Police, just leave, man. Leave the police force. There's a better life out there. Alright? And entire migrate, man. Don't leave your child or your children in Jamaica. Bring them with you. Alright? All the best. This is my third vacation and I'm enjoying it. Bye. Yeah, so, you know, some people be saying, you know, why is this topic is so important to us at the Jamaica Young Police channel, but you have to understand that, you know, children are the future. Although we know that we are living in our world right now, this world is in crisis, problem, serious problem, you know, and it's a confusing world, especially for our children and grandchildren as parents. And it's for us to impart the right values to them, because we know that we are living in a society now where slavery is rampant. Yes, we're living in slavery, not because you don't see the the chain around one's neck, or around them, their hands and feet, and they're not being housed in in those cabins that they have back in the days. But slavery is rampant right now, and the slavery is of the mind. So it's you as a parent have to educate your children and let them know the difference between wrong and right. So that's why it's vital for parents. If you are not an honest parent, you cannot raise honest kids. You have to tell your kids the truth. You cannot be your kids' friends, and that is what is happening right now. Because a lot of parents, what has been happening, especially in our community, the black community. I can't talk about the white community because I am not white. I am talking about what I am seeing in the black community. The black man, the black race. Nobody love black people, and the black people love everybody. But yet still, the black man is still trying. Black people still trying to do things to appease the oppressors. So everything that the oppressors tell them to do, them do it. Yeah, don't spare the rod and spoil the child and all kind of madness. So we continue the journey. So that's why we said parents should never immigrate without their children, especially police officers. So parents should never immigrate without their children, as it can cause all kinds of problems for them. So here are some of the problems that children have, when them parents migrate without them. It can cause emotional distress. Children may feel abandoned, lonely, and insecure. When their parents leave them behind, they may also experience feelings of anger, resentment, and guilt. But sometimes it is because one parent is lying to the child or children to fill the void of the insecurities. Academic problems. Sometimes you have some children, bright, like morning star, and after the parents migrate, one of the parents migrate, the child will just start fall because, maybe. Because this is how children operate. Children always, if both parents not living together, they always want to run to the parent that they know that will support them in their wrongdoing. When we say wrongdoing, misbehavior, you understand? Because that's how it is as children. Children love to have them own way. So, if one parent is strict, why they rather go to the parent or slack, we make them stay at and do all kind of thing. But the one who say, hey, look, you need to study your book, and you say the friend thing, leave the friend thing alone, because friend, any idea and them thing that you are going to have your own life and your friend will have theirs. So you need to chart your part and them thing there. And you can't have too many friends, because too many friends are going to have problem. And very rare, honest people have friends right up to adulthood and until one pass away or the other. Throughout my entire life I only have two friends, and both of them are dead. And I was able to tell them the truth and vice versa. And the truth hurt only the guilty. It's hard for you to have best friends because people love when you lie to them, especially Jamaicans. You understand? So when parents, when you migrate, children who are left behind may have difficulty in school. They may miss out on meaningful educational opportunities and to take on more responsibilities at home, which can take away from their study times. Sometimes these children have become adult over time to be doing things to please the mothers out in the night doing various jobs when they should not be doing. But Jamaican women see their children as income and pension. That's how Jamaican women see them children. They see them children as income and pension. So children who have behavioral problems, children left behind, may be more likely to engage in risky behavior such as substance abuse, like drinking alcohol, smoking weed, all kind of things, smoke cigarette. You're going to go through all kind of various things when you're an adult. And most time for you to take drugs, especially in Jamaica, is people that is older than you. Give you ganja. You understand, the smoke. And because you young and them, you don't know the ramification and all them things, and it will affect you, your kidney and or your liver and all them things, and you have all kind of problems. Because not everybody, body design for can smoke ganja, because some people smoke ganja and then it have some effect on them body. You understand? And that's why you have to seek treatment. But sometimes you have to seek treatment if your kid involved, because if you don't, it will cause the child to deteriorate and have mental problem. So, you know, they may also have difficulty forming healthy relationship. Them lose self-control and get into trouble with the law because of the guidance from the father with stable environment. So if them have you know, the guidance of father who's from a stable, them won't have a problem. You understand? And them would have physical health problem. Children left behind may be more likely to experience health problem like anxiety, depression and obesity. They may also be at increased risk of abuse or neglect. So, you know, police officers and Jamaican and all, if you are considering immigrating, please think carefully about its impact on your children. If you decide to migrate, ensure that you have a clear plan for how your children or child will be cared in your absence if they are not immigrating with you. If you are a child whose parents have immigrated, please know that you are not alone. Sometimes, although the parents in Jamaica is like they migrate, them immigrate. I had a friend and, boy, may I tell you. Alright, look. I have a brother, you know, he's in the United States Navy right now. And may I tell you, honestly, I can, I empathize and sympathize with him. That's why I look out for him, you know. May I tell you, man, and yeah, him strong, but boy, I want him with him. Not a forgiving guy still though, you know, because of the things that he have been through. Yes, and people, look, it's just life story, you know. And honestly, of all of my father's children, he's the only one that passed out a big school. What was a big school? At a top tier school in Pasco Wolmer's boys school, and him went there. And I was very, very supportive of him. And guess what? I tell him, man, my stepmother, man, make him life a living hell. And my father wasn't even any better. You understand? But I, you know, as his big brother, I was there for him. You understand? I make sure, you know, I did what I can. But you have to understand how Jamaican people operate, you know. You see, whenever you don't do something with them, what if you do, you know that's how the relationship is, you know, transactional. I don't believe in that. Love supposed to be, love is a straight love. Love not supposed to come with no condition. Why you this or you that and them thing there. But I always show my little brother love and them thing there, and I'm happy for him. You understand? Yeah, I'm happy for my brother and them thing there. And yeah, believe you me, I know I have done things for my brother that most siblings when they migrate, them not do that for them siblings. Them not file for them siblings and put in the papers to them. Yes, most, especially when them wanna see a mother, call them lying. Them love tell them sibling like, boy, me, you know, you see your mother and all them thing there. Yeah, me know that. For you're my sibling and them thing there, and me, I can't help, I ain't going to help. I love my little brother and them thing there. My little brother is my even all singer and all kind of thing, and I'm a Christian. You know, but I am not a Christian like him and them thing there, you know. And the thing is that I'll even, you know, when my brother become this, you know, adult, yeah, the same stepmother who resent him and hate him, you know, I tell people say our stepson are wicked. But that's how it is. So it's the children, they just treat children good, man. So that's why, you know, I always treat my little brother good and them thing. But the thing is that, you know, you see when you have siblings and both end up up in I see a mouse and different environment, different philosophy, you'll be able to see, you know, if somebody is genuine or they're not genuine. Because sometimes you're genuine, and nothing can destroy the relationship between both, you know, you understand, because you're going to agree to disagree. If everything that you say and everybody agrees, something wrong right there. So we know that. So we'll continue the journey. So children with responsible and futuristic parents are better off than those without parents who are not going anywhere in life. Responsible and futuristic parents are likelier to provide their children with a stable and loving home environment. So yeah, so you have some children now, they say, boy, I think material things can buy me and this and that. But you have to understand, you know, it's a material things, you know. Parents is there to make sure that them children or them child get all of the things that will help them to be better children in the future and become adults and can take care of themselves. You know, so they are more likely to involve in their children's education and extracurricular activities. This can help children to develop into well-rounded and successful adults. On the other hand, parents who are not going anywhere in life are more likely to be stressed and overwhelmed because they know that they have been an abject failure in life and socialistic in their thinking. They have made choices, and the friends that they have in their midst are the things that held them back in life while others prosper. They may not have the time or energy to give their children the needed attention and support. This can lead to problems in the child's emotional and behavioral development. Of course, not all parents who are not going anywhere are bad. However, children with responsible and futuristic parents are more likely to have a better chance of success. So, that's why you sometimes have your parents willing to tell you the truth as a child, slash children. It's better because when your parents honest, then you as a child know you're going to appreciate it. No matter how poor you are, you see moral ethics and decency, especially honesty and truthfulness. Yeah, it's when your parents can impart that to you as a child, you man a good trait that. You understand? No matter how your background, you could have come from way down at the bottom. From you have those, you're better than the people in the top. You understand? So, what does that tell us? Here are some of the benefits of having responsible and futuristic parents. Children are more likely to be happy and healthy. Responsible and futuristic parents are likelier to provide their children with a stable and loving home environment. This can help children to develop into happy and healthy adults. Children are more likely to be successful in school. Responsible and futuristic parents are more likely to be involved in their children's education. They can help their children to develop good study habits and to achieve their academic goals. Children are more likely to be well-rounded individuals. Responsible and futuristic parents are more likely to expose their children to various experiences. This can help the children to develop their interests and talents. Children are more likely to have good relationship with their parents. Responsible and futuristic parents are more likely to be involved, loving and supportive to their children. So this can help the children to develop strong relationship with their parents. Children need to be around their parents, biological or not. Yeah, look, I know have a biological father or mother are a good parent, Sometimes my stranger have better to them and them thing. You understand? And you see, when you're a father, you have to be a father, for that child. You understand? You cannot be a father today and tomorrow you're not a father. You have to be a father forever. But you have some children where they won't listen to them parents. And some mother destroy them own children, out of hatred and them thing for the father and vice versa. But it's not good for to poison your children's mind or your child's mind against the other parent. I don't know how as a people we come to that. You understand? And trust me, my mother and my father part, and I can tell you this. Yeah, and even my, my sister, my little sister, they want to follow me. Because we see mother, see father. And trust me, as bad as my father was, I can tell you this, At no time my mother ever say anything bad about this man, although my father is the one that abandoned us, Never, Yeah, she never, everything she always say, boy, Chris, no care about me, I still your father and them thing there. She never burn the fire upon him. You understand? Not even my auntie and them thing there. The only person I can tell you, the only person let me tell you will burn real fire upon my father, big brother. Yeah, him name number one, from Brook Valley. Yeah man, may I tell you, say my uncle ate my father with a passion. All evil in time, him ate him. But yet still my mother, where him do things, my mother never did have no hatred towards him, man. You understand? She always wanted, to have a good, maintain a good relationship, because she always said, "You up now your father." But my uncle, especially my mother have, two brothers and them thing, they're alive. And at the time, I tell you, my oldest uncle, ate even the accident of my father inhale and exhale. Believe you me. You understand? And if my uncle could have changed my thought to think like him, I would have nothing to do with my father, but my mother play a very integral role in that, essential, because yeah, she always repeat it to me and thing and say, boy, remember in time this, that, and you know, you understand one and two little things. But him my uncle, him deal with that, him wasn't a forgiving person. So you have to understand, say, you know, and in a long run, yeah, you know, it's cool, you know, you understand. And happy to see my old man and where, you know, as two big, you know, as big man, and you know, we have a nice relationship, healthy relationship, and my father, you understand. So, and even as though at my age, I still call my father daddy. So, you know, happy him still, you know, him still around and him thing there. So we continue the journey. So children benefit from having both a mother and a father in their lives and need to have strong relationship with both parents. Some mothers can be vindictive and evil regarding their children's relationship with their fathers. They may feel that the father abandoned them, and they may try to take revenge by alienating the children from their father. This is not fair to the children. It can be negatively impact their lives. Fathers must fight for their right to be involved in their children's life. Yeah, but sometimes the father can't fight in it. It all depends on the distance. And worse, if you have a child and the child is being trained to be a pathological liar by the mother, you are fighting a losing battle, because anytime you're up against when you're up against two liars, you understand, multiply by 2, you know, say, you know, that lie, you know, that line, it's gone up by 10 degrees. So, you know, you just can't fight them. If them no want, if the child is being brainwashed by the other one to be a pathological liar, but the mother don't know, say, you know, they are preparing the child for failure by, you know, instilling the child immorality, lying, you know. Eventually, you know, it are caught up with the child, you know. So, you know, the father should not give up even if the mother makes it difficult. They should also be aware of signs of parental alienation. Yeah, and that is the only time the father, you know, do everything, and the mother, yeah, them do everything to make certain say the father is not a part of it. It is also essential for mothers to remember that it is not the father's job to take care of them and their other children. Yeah, some women now, especially Jamaicans, when them have children for other men, yeah, them behave like say the man, when them have the pitney for, that man to take care of other children. No, other father them to take care of their children. You understand? And not, you know, you're supposed to tell her, boy, I have other pitney, yeah, other pitney are your children, them, that is not the man's children, them, or the man's child. And, you know, boy, you know, yeah, like as a woman, you know, in America, she black, so she have 2 kids, and the man will buy McDonald's for his son and bring it. You know, to McDonald's, he could have buy 2 still, but you know, but she throw it away and them thing. If she did smart now, you know, so she arrogant, or some people arrogant, all she had to do was to cut the McDonald's in 2 and let both of them eat it. She threw it away. Arrogance, you understand? So the father's job is to be father to his children. He should not be made to feel guilty for not providing financial or emotional support to the mother. The best thing for both parents and the children is to put the children's needs first. They should work together to create a co-parenting plan that is in the children's best interest. This may be challenging, but it's worth it for the children's sake. Fathers should never forget that their children are their blood relative, and they will always be that, no matter what, whether they are blood relative or they are relative by law. Because, hey, look, a lot of us, well, them saying in Jamaica, you know, a lot of us as Jamaicans, you know, sometimes, you know, the father who you get to know, that a man or father, you know, because of DNA, you know, it will reveal a lot of things. You understand? So, but we still, you know, most of us we still love the father. You understand? People can't say, boy, people look alike and this and that and 1 and 2 little things. And they are still not biologically related, but the most important thing is the emotional attachment. You understand? And I know I have an uncle and him raised a stepson. You know, we call him cousin and everything. And you can't tell nobody that my uncle is not his biological father. Because him treat my uncle better than him treat his biological father, because how my uncle treat him. And he's closer to my uncle than his biological father. So you understand? But he never change his name or anything like that. So I just saw it. So the woman that they are with may leave them, but their children will always be a blood relative, whether legally or not. Fathers must be involved in their children's life, even if they are no longer with the mother. Yeah, you have some real dirty man in there. If they're not with the mother, if the mother not, give up, the thing, yeah, them not take care of them children. So that's not supposed to be, because you understand what I'm saying. I just part of life, but a part of Jamaican culture that the men they need to cut it out. Yeah, take care of the children. If you're the mother, if not, because if the mother not sleep with you, that's bad dirty man behavior. That you understand. But we know so some of them not shame on them thing there, So the father, they should be there for their children emotionally and financially, and help them grow into healthy and happy adults. Children who grow up without their fathers are more likely to experience problems in life, such as poverty, crime, and addiction. Fathers who abandon their children are doing them a great disservice and setting up them for failure. Sometimes the father them abandon them children not because they want to, because children, the mother make the child abandon the parent, the father, so and rob them because them feel say the child a pension or some pay, remuneration for them monthly. So if you're a father, please consider the impact your absence will have on your children. They are your blood relative and will always be a part of it. Please do not abandon them. When a parent's mind is poisoned against the other parents to make the other parent feel good, it's only with the child and not the other parent. So in time the parent now, the mother, I got corrupt the child against the father, if he hate the father, and all of these things in it because of the mother not getting what she wants from the father, because she feels she can disrespect the father and do all kind of thing, and if the father not comply, then she poison the child mind against the father, make the child hate the father. You understand? And that is not good, in the long run. It's just destroying the child, not the father, because remember saying the father I get older and the child is coming, and the child not able to form a good relationship with others, So this is a form of parental alienation, and it is a form of emotional abuse. It can have a devastating impact on the child's emotional and psychological development. Children who are victims of parents' alienation may experience a range of negative emotions, including anger, resentment, and hatred towards the alienated parent. So the mother will brainwash the pitney and make the pitney hate especially the Jamaican mother, and make the child hate the father, in which them not tell the child the truth, because them lie, because that them want, because it make them feel happy. And that is just weak. That shows that immaturity, fear and anxiety about the alienated parents. The child will have low self-esteem, trust issues, honest issues, behavioral problem, depression and anxiety, lacking self-esteem, lacking communication skills, can't differentiate between wrong and right, although they can but refuse to do the same, blame others for their problems but not themselves. In some cases, parents' alienation can even lead to post-traumatic stress disorder, although they not go war. The long-term effect of parental alienation can be severe. Children who are victims of parental alienation may have difficulty forming healthy relationships in adults. They may also be more likely to experience mental health problems like depression and anxiety. If you are a parent who is concerned that your child may be victim of parent alienation, there are things you can do. You can talk to your child about your concern. You understand? And you can seek help too, You can seek help from other family members who can talk to the child or even counselor. So it is important to remember that parent healing is a form of abuse. It is not the child's fault. They need your help healing. And to the mothers, it's time for most of you to grow up and stop being this vindictive towards the father and destroying the child. It's not helpful. And we are now in the 21st century. So as we have said, and we say it again, police officers or anyone, you might immigrating from Jamaica to elsewhere, you make sure you take your child, man, or your children. Because leaving them behind, can be very, very devastating, and it's going to have serious impact on them mentally and physically, also spiritually. Because children especially look up to their fathers, because your father is is the model figure. You understand that especially boys look up to. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica, Young Police Channel out.